Hello and welcome back to my vlog, part 30, yes, it has been a whole month, of Flatland. Section 19, how, though the sphere showed me other mysteries of Spaceland, I still desired more, and what came of it. Part 1. When I saw my poor brother led away to imprisonment, I attempted to leap down into the council chamber, desiring to intercede on his behalf, or at least bid him farewell. But I found that I had no motion of my own. I absolutely depended on the volition of my guide, who said in gloomy tones, "Heed not thy brother. Haply thou shalt have ample time hereafter to condole with him. Follow me." There will be a picture there. Once more we ascended into space. "Hitherto," said the sphere, "I have shown you naught save plane figures and their interiors. Now I must introduce you to solids and reveal to you the plan upon which they are constructed. Behold this multitude of movable square cards. See, I put one on another, not, as you supposed, northward of the other, but on the other. Now a second, now a third. See, I am building up a solid by a multitude of squares parallel to one another. Now the solid is complete, being as high as it is long and broad, and we call it a cube." "Pardon me, my lord," replied I, "but to my eye the appearance is as of an irregular figure whose inside is laid open to the view. In other words, methinks I see no solid, but a plane such as we infer in Flatland, only of an irregularity which betokens some monstrous criminal, so that the very sight of it is painful to my eyes." "True," said the sphere, "it appears to you a plane, because you are not accustomed to light and shade and perspective, just as in Flatland a hexagon would appear a straight line to one who has not the art of sight recognition, but in reality it is a solid, as you shall learn by the sense of feeling." He then introduced me to the cube, and I found that this marvelous being was indeed no plane, but a solid, and that he was endowed with 6 plane sides and 8 terminal points called solid angles. And I remembered the saying of the sphere that just such a creature as this would be formed by a square moving in space parallel to himself. And I rejoiced to think that so insignificant a creature as I could in some sense be called the progenitor of so illustrious an offspring. But still, I could not fully understand the meaning of what my teacher had told me concerning light and shade and perspective, and I did not hesitate to put my difficulties before him. Were I to give the sphere's explanation of these matters, succinct and clear though it was, it would be tedious to an inhabitant of space who knows these things already. Suffice it that by his lucid statements, and by changing the position of objects and lights, and by allowing me to feel the several objects and even his own sacred person, he at last made all things clear to me, so that I could now readily distinguish between a circle and a sphere, a plane figure and a solid. This was the climax, the paradise of my strange, eventful history. Henceforth I have to relate the story of my miserable fall. Most miserable, yet surely most undeserved. For why should the thirst for knowledge be aroused, only to be disappointed and punished? My volition shrinks from the painful task of recalling my humiliation. Yet, like a second Prometheus, I will endure this and worse, if by any means I may arouse in the interiors of plain and solid humanity a spirit of rebellion against the conceit which would limit our dimensions to 2, or 3, or any number short of infinity. Away then with all personal considerations. Let me continue to the end as I began, without further digressions or anticipations, pursuing the plain path of dispassionate history. The exact facts, the exact words, and they are burnt in upon my brain, shall be set down without alteration of an iota, and let my readers judge between me and destiny. The sphere would willingly have continued his lessons by indoctrinating me in the conformation of all regular solids, cylinders, cones, pyramids, pentahedrons, hexahedrons, dodecahedrons, and spheres, but I ventured to interrupt him. Not that I was wearied of knowledge. On the contrary, I thirsted for yet deeper and fuller drafts than he was offering to me. And maybe we will run across those drafts in part 2 tomorrow. Make it a great day, and bye for now.